pay attention to this one here. So I'm gonna start off with a little bit of CANSLIM, and then we're gonna go through chart patterns, right? And we're also gonna go through candle patterns. Okay, so so all these different presentations. So just quick notes through each one of them, and give you an example of what's exactly going to happen for through each one of them. So let's go without further waste of any time. Let's continue with first one. Okay, use. Let me share my screen. Make sure I'm sharing the right screen on the chart. Entire screen. Okay. So what you should be looking at right now is you should be looking at the UEC chart. If anybody sees anything differently, please let me know in the chat. I am in the general chat this morning. So we're gonna quickly, because these lessons are done for our regular members. We do a full lesson on each one of them that I'm gonna do here. So if you guys are not a member, if you want to join, this is for you, to give you an example of what we do every single day, just like for lessons. And also we do a market update every morning. What's going on in the markets? We look at the microeconomic numbers. We look at stocks that could break out, stocks that could lead, or where the market is sitting. Should be a risk on day or risk off day. And we look also individual, anybody that has stocks that they want to see. We do this every morning, 8:15 in the member section. So if you are looking to join and you want to learn to trade, please join us. I mean, this is what we do every single day. And if you have questions, you have people, a team of actually, we got whole people been with us now for over like 2 years, 3 years almost, are also getting a really good experts, and they're sticking. They're pretty good. They're learning. They have learned what we went out to teach them. They don't need to be with us anymore. Some of them, and they can do it on their own. But they chose to be with us, and which I'm glad they're still here, and they're teaching other people within our group. So if you are interested, we are a bunch of teamwork that work together, try to find good stocks and try to make money in the market. And
ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ।
good morning, ਭੈਣ ਜੀ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਸੌਰੀ ਟੂ ਇੰਟਰਪਟ ਯੂ। ਇੱਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਸੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਰੀਕਨ ਲੈਵਲਸ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੋਰਟੀ ਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਲਾਸਟ ਜਿਵੇਂ NQ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਂ ES ਬਾਰੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਲੈਵਲਸ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਵਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕਦੇ ਐਲੈਬੋਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਿਓ।
ਕਿਹਦੇ ਕੌਣ ਦਿੰਦਾ?
ਹੁਰੀਕੇਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਖਦਾ
ਉਹ
ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਆਪਣੇ
ਹਰਕੇਨ
ਲਿਖ ਦਿੰਦਾ
ਹਰਕੇਨ, ਅੱਛਾ।
ਲੈਵਲਸ, ਰਾਈਟ?
ਹਰਕੇਨ, ਅੱਛਾ। ਨਹੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਉਹਨੂੰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਸ਼ਾਇ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਯੰਗ ਮੁੰਡਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰਦਾ।
ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਲੈਵਲਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਲੈਵਲ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਲੈਬੋਰੇਟ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰ ਦੇਵੇ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੋਂ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਨਪੁਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ। ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਨਾ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਸੋ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਟੈਕਨੀਕਲ ਅਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰਦਾ। ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਾਰਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰਾਏ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਚੈਨਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਿਊਚਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰਦਾ। ਸੋ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਊਚਰਸ ਟ੍ਰੇਡ ਕਰਨ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਟੈਕਨੀਕਲ ਅਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਤਾਂ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਆ ਵੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਾ, ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੇਟਾ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ CPA, ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਹਾਰਵੀ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ ਥਰੂ ਆਊਟ ਦਾ ਡੇ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ। ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹਾਕੀ ਦਾ ਪਲੇ ਬਾਏ ਪਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ ਵੈਰੀ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਸ਼ਲ। ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਕਿੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, ਬ੍ਰੇਕਡਾਊਨ ਕਿੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਦੈਨ ਲਾਈਕ ਵੀ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਆਪਣੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਤੋਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ CANSLIM ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਮੈਂ CANSLIM ਦਾ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਦਾ, ਕੁਇਕ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਡੀਪ ਥਾਟ 'ਤੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ CANSLIM 'ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਦੱਸੂਗਾ ਵੀ CANSLIM ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਹੈਗਾ, ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਡੀਪ ਥਾਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤਾਂ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ CANSLIM ਬਾਰੇ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਟੀਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਡੀਪ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਹਾਰਵੀ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ CANSLIM ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਥਡ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਵਿਲ ਗੋ ਥਰੂ ਕੁਇਕਲੀ ਥਰੂ CANSLIM ਮੈਥਡ ਐਜ਼ ਵੈਲ। ਪਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਂਡ 'ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਫੋਲੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਸਟਾਈਲ। ਇੱਕ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਵਾਰਨ ਬਾਫਟ ਦਾ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈਗਾ, ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ CANSLIM ਦਾ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈਗਾ, ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਿਨੇ ਲਿਖੀ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਨ ਅਪ ਔਨ ਵਾਲ ਸਟਰੀਟ, ਔਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਦ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਸਟਾਈਲ। ਸੋ ਦ ਬੰਚ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ sorry somebody said something. So I read a lot of books, especially technical books. Technical books are my favorite books, but I also read individual books like just basically on trading, anything to do with trading. I'm pretty happy to read them because I read so many books, especially in technical analysis, and people that are out there write on investments, that I can almost feel I can understand what they are talking about, and some of them that are not don't know what they're talking about. So I can also recommend some good books if you guys are really interested in that too. Maybe we should have a lesson on just on the books one day. Yes, so I will ask Hurricane to maybe give a lesson one day on one weekend. I know the thing is he's in the Indian time. He lives in India, so we'll try to set up maybe a time, a live class with him. He really is good. If you look at people who follow his patterns in our membership, is part of our membership. So if you guys want to see another technical analysis, a guy that's does his art, is to come and take a look at in our join us. We charge only $60 a month for anybody that's not a member, and that is if you pay for a course out there. For any training courses, you're paying you go online, punch it in yourself, and here you're $60 per month. You're learning every single day, and we give you all these lessons. There's nothing extra charge on that. We also play around with automatic algos as well. Well, that's part of our stuff that we try to make it work as well. I don't think you can ask the members here what they're benefiting out of. We don't hide anything. We don't give you signals that you don't understand. We don't pull anything out of the air that we tell you why we buying a certain stock. We explain it to you here why we buying it. So in the future, you are able to do that yourself. You should not be relying upon somebody else saying, here, buy this signal here, but then how do you know where to sell it? And so again, we overall our job is to teach you how to trade. Okay, that's what we want to do. We don't give signals here.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰਕੀਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਆਪਦੀ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀ ਤੇ ਕਲਾਸ ਲਾ ਦੇਵੇ,
ਕਿਹਦੇ ਤੇ?
ਆਪਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹਨੇ ਫੇਅਰ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਗੈਪ ਦੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ।
ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ 100%. So that's our job here, basically, is to teach you how to trade your money. And one last thing I want to say before we get started is there are a lot of scams going on in Discord. They copy our IDs. They look exactly like our IDs. Not only mine, Hurricane's ID. They make it also Harpeet's Techie's IDs. They copy it exactly, and it looks like exactly like our ID. What they do is they contact you, and when they contact you, they explain that it's me. On my point of my view, that put your money in here. I will take care of your money. I will trade your money. I will make you money. That is a scam. Once you put that money into their account, which looks like a legit, like it's your account, that money is gone. Okay, then they'll show you a profit every single week. If you go, for many that have already been scammed, they basically tell every month, every week, they show them how much money they made. Okay, and then when you go out and ask them for your money back, guess what? They're gone. They're not giving you your money back. Okay, So we'll ask again, be careful when somebody gives you a direct message. We do not manage your money here. I want to be very clear. The only thing we charge is $60 a month, and that is it. There is nothing, no other fees. So please do not send money to anybody. We teach you here to take care of your own money. We also teach you how to, if you want to go get a mortgage and stuff like that, we also teach you that kind of stuff too. You can go into a bank. Never be afraid to get a mortgage. If you're stuff like that, you should learn how to deal with these managers in the bank. If you have good score, you have good income, you can go in the bank and tell them, hey, listen, I want to get this rate. And they will give you a good rate. Okay, so we'll teach you all that kind of stuff too, how to deal with your own bank. So definitely, we have a lot of good people here teaching a lot of good strategies. So you can approach them to yourself. Also, they can teach you your strategy or whatever they're using as well because they're involved here. They put a bunch of things together to create their own strategy. So please, let's there are a lot of people here, and try to understand the strategy. Not don't get confused because there's so many out there. Because I'm going to show you three different ones today, and they're all based on technical analysis. Like a lot of people don't want to follow one from the other, right? You can just follow one if you want. Master one first, then go and learn the second one, then go learn the third one. But master the first one first and see which one works for you. Okay? So let's further ado, let's get started. Okay? So the first one I want to go is over quickly through CANSLIM, and this is a one that Harvey and obviously Harpreet focuses on, and this is what they usually teach. Okay.
Are you just a quick question? Are you recording this too?
Yes, I am recording this. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank
No problem, TJ. No problem.
you.
So we are going. The first one is IBD. IBD has its own strategy. They've been using since almost 1984, and it was founded by William O'Neill. And there are a whole bunch of people, the ones that follow this one. So it came out. This was part of the IBD, and it used to be only in the print section before internet came along. Internet made these guys really famous, right? But originally it used to be just a paper, Investors Business Daily, that used to come out, especially a weekly when they first started coming out. And I used to go buy it every week. I remember in the early 90s and almost like early late 80s. That's when I started, looking at investments and stuff like that. I used to buy this paper, and at the time was something new and something learned. But over the years, I became, through books and stuff, a Warren Buffett fan. I accumulated a bunch of different people's strategies. And this is one strategy that is a stand by itself. It pretty much applies what Warren Buffett also does a little bit. So I'll show you how it does. Right now, they also have a digital. You can go online and you can actually describe to their paper. You can describe to this strategy if you want. They have a whole bunch of them. It's up to you if you want to go and apply to them. They will teach you their strategy. But today I'm going to teach you what my strategy is. What basically what you're looking in here for. So let's go to, it was again developed by the union. Let's go to, I want to go through the steps. So and the main strategy for them is CANSLIM. What does CANSLIM means? Okay, CANSLIM means when you are investing in their strategy, they want you to look at 7 different things when you invest in a stock. Okay, first thing is in a stock, when you go, if you find any stock, okay, doesn't matter what stock could be A, B, and C. You found that stock today, and you want to know if you can invest in this stock. Okay, the first thing they tell you to look at is current earnings. Are they making money? What kind of profit are margins they're making? What kind of revenue increase are they getting? Okay, that kind of thing. So that is current. Current means quarterly earnings. What was in the current quarter? Okay. So I'm gonna this means I can explain this thing forever, but I'm gonna go short form everything. Okay. So next thing is annual earnings. Annual earnings is yearly earnings. Every year, what have they, are the earnings increasing or decreasing, right? So what's the difference between quarterly and annual? Annual includes 4 quarters. Okay, annual includes the last 4 quarters. Current earnings include just 1 quarter. Take a look at the current quarter. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Then on the third one, what does that mean? That company that you're looking at, ABC, why are you looking? Is it a new product they got? Are they coming like is a new chip like an NVIDIA came out, right? Is it the management change? Is something, is the manager, how good is the manager? Are they bringing somebody new? Like for example, remember Starbucks? Everybody remember Starbucks when we changed the CEO? So management change, is that gonna hype up the stock, right? Then the third one might be you might be scanning the market and you all of a sudden you see this ABC that is sitting at very high. Okay, that's another probably got your interest in the stock, right? It's hitting all-time highs. Why, right? Then you come and take a look at that. Then the fourth one is the supply and the demand. Like any stock, if there is no demand in it, that stock is not doing very well, is it? But sorry, if there's no demand in it. So same thing with the supply. If the supply is, if it's got too many shares outstanding, and they're diluting their shares, or they created more debt for the company, that is diluting the company's shareholder value, right? The book value goes down if you issue more shares, right? And corporations can do that. Board of directors say all of a sudden, when normally these companies do with this type of like diluting shares is when they grow, when a company grows. So they want to borrow money, okay? They want to borrow money or sell shares to maybe buy something or buy another company. If they're doing for that, that's a good reason. But if they're doing it for general purpose, that might not be a good thing. Okay, so when they're doing the supply and demand thing is what are the how many shares are outstanding? Are they diluting the shares? Is the people buying their shares? Are they buying them? Are they accumulating them? So you need to know, what the company, why you're looking at it in supply and demand. And then the L is for leaders or laggards. So example, when you're buying a stock, are you buying a leader, especially in a sector, in that sector? So example, Amazon as a leader in retail, right? It's a leading stock. Are you buying that leader? Or are you buying somebody that's way down the pipe nobody's heard of, right? So leaders and laggards are very important. If you're buying a laggard stock, you're not going to do that well. If you buy the leader stock of that, um, that that sector, you're going to be very good at it, right? Then I comes up for the institutional sponsorship. What does that mean? Are the institutions buying? Are the big money players buying that stock, right? So that's what you do. How do you tell that? You can tell on the charts. You can also hear in the news. You can also look at the daily. There used to be a list of 100,000 plus shares who bought them, and there's also dark pool. I don't know. Dark pool is another part of the market where they trade outside the market. Then they when the big trades happen. These on the dark pool, you were looking at $1 billion, millions of dollars, the billions of dollars trades. What is a dark pool? This is where people trade when they want to trade million shares plus. They make a deal with each other on the side, then they report to the exchange, so they can log that trade. But that happens off the market, and you got to see who's buying, who's selling, how many shares got traded, what ticker got traded. That ABC ticker might trade over a million worth of shares, and then you're gonna wonder, well, who's buying them, right? So institution sponsorship is very important part of the stock because they're the big buyers, they're the big sellers. We are just a small players, and we want to be in the side of what the institutions are doing. Are they buying the stock? Are they selling the stock? Okay. And then the last, M. M is very, very important as well. You need to market direction. What is a market doing? Is a market trend to the upside? What trend are you following? Are you following the hourly trend, the daily trend, the weekly trend, whatever the time frame you're trading? You need to take a look at that market direction. It's very, very important. And that actually would say is if you're looking at all the top ones here, I say out of these whole thing, market direction is very important. Why is market direction is very important? Because sometimes even the worst stocks will keep going up with the market direction. Right now, we're looking at the market sitting at all-time highs. Okay, market is sitting at all-time highs. It's basically taking every stock that's out there to the upside. Take a look at all the stocks, right? There isn't a stock that is going bad to the downside right now. And if there are, they already have gone up a lot. And they're just maybe people are taking a little bit of profit out of them. So 75% of the stocks I bet you I can find in the market right now that have a pretty good trend to the upside because the market direction is very strong to the upside. Okay? So that's very important to understand. This is very simple strategy, and it shows you basically follow here. There's more to it than I just explained. You need to really understand each word. Well, I can explain each. They just CANSLIM the whole day along. But I'll let Harpreet and those guys explain that to you guys further. Okay. So further, take a look at earnings per share, which I mentioned. That is current earnings, which I just explained. Strong quarterly earnings. Okay, so just going through each letter quickly. Annual earning is strong over the 3 to 5 years. Return on equity above 17%. Consistent profitability indicates good management. So these are also quickly, I just explained to you what each one means. I'm just going through a quick breakdown. So new product service are high. Again, the same thing I was just explaining to you. What are they coming? Is there any new product, service, whatever? Supply and demand. Fewer shares are the better. More demand, more pressure. Look for heavy volume breakouts. That means all of a sudden, if like a stock has a lot of volume to the upside, what happened? Is there news? Are they coming out with a new product, or is it the management change, or something has happened? So you need to look at the supply and demand. Something when there's a heavy volume breakout. Buy leaders, not laggards. We just talked about that. This year, CANSLIM has a rating on their stocks. Normally, each stock has a rating, and they like to buy anything above US, the RS rating above 80. I don't follow this one here, this strategy here, this RS 80. To me, the stock has moved up a lot already, and that's how they benefit. This CANSLIM, they want you to buy a stock as it's going up already. And they want to what they want to do is, because they're already going up, they want to make money even with the stock even going more higher. So they think once it starts going up, the stock will go even more higher. That's what their strategy is. It's so that their rating is 80. So you can go on to actually TradingView, and you can find this RS rating there. And any stock that has above 80, this is the stocks they like buying. Okay. Institutional sponsorship, same thing I just talked about. Are they buying the stock? The dark pool trades. Take a look at it. What's going on over there? You can see the institutional buying and selling interest in the stocks. Market direction, again, very important. Every stock, 75 stock will depend on the market direction. Yes, it does. And only by doing confirmed trend, uptrends, again, breakouts and stuff like that. Okay, very, very simple. So a little bit of how do you build a watch list. Okay, you're following certain stocks, will build a watch list, and when they're ready to break out, and if anything that changes, you keep a watch on it, and then that's where you buy them, right? Wait for a proper technical setup, and watch. They also will go more into a technical setups here in a minute. Okay, set your stop losses 7-8%. This is their method. CANSLIM is this wherever you buy the stock, they want you to put your stop loss below 7-8%. Okay, Scale up on the breakout. What do they mean, scale up on the breakouts? That means buy more stock as it breaking out to the upside. Okay. Uh, this some of the examples are the Netflix went up, Apple went up for a long time, Nvidia. The Netflix has been going up for a long time, right? So you scale up as you go up, as these shares go up, right? Same thing with Apple, Nvidia. Again, that's what I should have done. I give you guys good example of Apple stock. Remember way back in 95 when I bought it? Had I scaled up, I would have been maybe not here today, maybe teaching. I would have been, I don't know where I would have been, but if I hung those 2,000 shares, I would have had about 135 million shares. But if I should have bought, instead of selling those shares, I should have bought more, right? So same thing, maybe today's, again, that's what the CANSLIM believes in. Combine fundamentals and technicals together. Yes, I do agree with that. We haven't discussed fundamentals here. Fundamentals are like price to earnings ratio, price to sales ratio, debt to equity stuff, right? That's a lesson on its own, which I am not going to be teaching today. Come to a member. We have recordings already on this, and we can also hold a fundamental class in the future as well. Focus on high probability setups, and that is very important for people that have small accounts. So you want to get into stocks that are ready to go. And that's what CANSLIM focuses on. So if you really want to build up your account fast to the upside, this is where you want to focus on CANSLIM a little bit. So you want to build up your account quickly, buy a little bit at a higher, and buy a little bit at a higher, buy a little bit more at a higher, and then eventually sell out. Okay. So limitations of kind of works best in bull markets. That my strategy doesn't works in both high bull markets and bear market. My strategy works in both directions, which I'll teach you later. Okay. But this strategy only works in the bull market. Right now, it's a perfect time for this strategy. It's been perfect strategy last, since the market has a reverse to the upside. So this works really in the bull market. So right now we are still in the bull market, and this strategy can still work, but you have to be very picky on the stocks. Okay. And you must be active in this one. It's not like that you can CANSLIM, you can buy it tonight and then don't look at it a week. CANSLIM buys stocks at a higher level. Like I said, RS80, that means the stock has already moved up. So now you have to be an active manager. Okay, that's in this CANSLIM strategy. My strategy, you don't have to be active manager. Okay, my strategy is more for down to earth. It starts from the bottom and goes up. But this strategy, you gotta be active. And if you are active, you have an account that you want to build up, that's what you have to do. And the volatility is very high on these ones. If the stock is up like 10%, the next day it could be down 5%. Now what do you do? Okay, so you need to learn this CANSLIM properly, what the strategy is. Okay, so it could be some, right now could be a little bit
I
risky.
think A11 or same ही है. He gone up 20% in one day and then come down.
There you go, buddy. That's a perfect example. Thank you. See, A-Lab, if you look at A-Lab's chart, it has gone up. This is what CANSLIM teaches you, is you got to be very, very active in strict risk management. I personally, not a follower of CANSLIM. I'm not really, to be honest with you. I do look at it. Harpreet follows it a lot. Techie follows a little bit a lot. But my strategy is down to earth. I like to buy comfortably. I like to sell comfortably, right? That's my strategy. And I will teach you that. And quickly, let's go over quickly some of how it works. Focus on proven characteristics of big winners. Basically, a stock that has proven earnings. Stock is technically is good. It's moving to the upside. And that's basically what you're getting into. You're not getting into a stock that's sitting sideways. CANSLIM never looks at a stock that goes sideways. Okay? They don't want to buy a stock that goes sideways. Okay? So helps avoid also, I don't know about it avoids emotional investing or not, because you are very emotional when the stock is buying at a higher price. I don't totally believe that with that one, because that's what the CANSLIM gives you that, but I don't totally believe in that. You are actually more emotional when the stock is to the upside, because you want that thing to keep going to the upside. Okay. Okay, but it does give you a strategy. Hey, listen, if it breaks down, you have a 7-8% that stop loss, you must stick to it. Okay, you must stick to that 7-8% stop loss. Okay, so that's very important. So to on the closing on this one here, on CANSLIM, I'm trying to get to the last page. Sorry, I think my screen froze, I think. Everything else is working. No. You guys can hear me still? Yeah, thank you. But I don't know why my screen, I think, is frozen. Let me just check. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Okay, I think I got it back. Yeah. Okay. So last want to go into closing. What seems too high, risky to the majority general goes higher. Yes, that's what these guys invest in. So when sometimes we find stocks that are breaking out and they've gone up a little bit, right? We are afraid to buy them. But CANSLIM is not. CANSLIM says that's when you should be buying them, and it should go even higher. This strategy does work. It does work, but it's very high risk. That's why you need to be active trader. You need to be. You can't walk away from stocks like that. Okay, so you need to be generally, if you do want to use this strategy, you gotta generally be a day trader. A little bit. Okay, so that's basically what I would say. Any questions on CANSLIM? Anybody have any questions on this? I went through basic, but this strategy takes about 2 hours, 3 hours to really teach you. Okay, I went through it in less than half an hour. Okay, so if you guys want interested in learning this, we do teach it in our group. Harpreet is a specialist on this one. He will teach
ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
you.
ਭਾਜੀ ਸਟਾਪ ਲਾਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟਲੀ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜੀ
Yes, yes, very strict, very strict. Okay, 7 to 8% stop loss you must be in place, because the stocks have already gone up, and just as fast they go up, they come down pretty quick too. Okay, so that's anybody else have any questions on CANSLIM? All right. Oh, good. So I'm gonna stop the recording.